Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is the message for you. All right, let's get started. So, Leo, your card tonight is the 8 of Discs. Somebody got mad and said I need to call it Pinnacles, Panicles, whatever. Listen, this is the Thoth deck. I'm calling it a disc, okay? Yeah, so we have the 8 of Discs, right? And this has everything to do with prudence, right? Preservation. I love this card because it is always a reminder like, hey, you're doing good, but don't go wild. That's what I think of. I'm like, don't get wild, okay? Don't go spending all of the money in your pocket, right? You're doing good. Keep going. All right, so let's take a look. Now, if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you want to hit the like button or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Absolutely. So we have an older feminine energy. She's all over the plate. I want to see her first here. You can see right here, the head, the body kind of hunched forward a little bit, maybe with a little walking stick there. We have a bird sitting behind. It looks like maybe a parrot. And when we turn this, I see again, we have her right here, and we have the bird flying right here. Okay. We also have a person wearing maybe like a hat or some kind of mask. It looks like the buffalo. Okay, or bison, right, to be more accurate. We also have the Fool right here. You can see the body. You can see holding kind of the stick with the little bundle on it, taking off, hitting the road. And so I almost kind of feel like this represents maybe the shaman, maybe the Hierophant, some kind of initiator, spirit guide, practitioner, something maybe physical. Maybe this is an actual person, but it might be more of an energy, right? Or a intelligence in the interior, maybe through vision or dreams. But I want to talk about this older feminine energy, okay, the crone energy. I feel like during this part of your life, there has been really kind of this, well, I don't want to say it like that exactly, but it does. It feels like a deepening loneliness. Where I feel like usually you're very good at being alone for the most part. Although I don't think that you are somebody who's like very isolated per se, but I think that it's like you're often in a room of people. You're at work, you're in traffic, you're at the grocery store, you're at a family event, but you feel alone. You feel like an individual. You feel like a person moving among, many things, many bits of information flying around you. Some of them happen to be people, right? But I don't think that you always connect with people very deeply. I think that you're probably very personable. I think that you're also somebody who looks at a situation. You come into a room, you're very observant, you see what's going on, you understand human nature and behaviors and all these things, but yet you feel kind of like an island on its own. And I feel like as you've gotten older, it's not just feeling alone. There has been a sense of loneliness emerging. And I feel like maybe that is partly because it's been hard to make deep connections with people. As you get older. I mean, I don't think you're alone in that. I think a lot of us, it's really hard to make friends. And especially if you are somebody who has interests that are, you know, maybe a little bit eccentric or obscure or, you know, very specific to, you know, whatever it is your kind of realm of interest is. I think that, you know, maybe at times you can feel like maybe nobody else in the world understands. Or it's not even understands, cares. Maybe it's cares, right? But I feel like, and we have that bird behind this aging person here, I almost feel like it's like a repeating negative self-talk, right? Where, yeah, maybe there is the realization, like, I am pretty much alone in this life. Okay. I think we all come to that, you know, understanding at some point. Now, how realistic that is or not, I don't know. Right? I shift back and forth myself constantly. Oh, we're all connected. We are all part of the all. Right? There's no difference between you or I. Only the perception of separation. And then on the other hand, I'm like, hey, I'm just like a little nothing out here floating through time and space or the universe or, you know, whatever, wherever I am. However I am, if there is time and space, I don't know, you know, whatever. But it feels very, you know, different parts of the spectrum there. And sometimes we can hold on to the parts that maybe feel a little more difficult. Yeah, maybe I am starting to feel lonely because I am. I'm just this little thing floating out in the middle of the universe. Bazillion miles away from anybody who might speak the same language as me or understand me or even take notice of me. But I know, and I'm looking at it, you have not only a really rich interior life, you have this beautiful blank canvas of a life. I mean, of course, you've probably lived some life. There's probably some paint on that canvas, maybe, right? A little bit. But I do feel like you are at a place where it's almost kind of like, it feels maybe like suffering a bit, but you are going through a rebirthing process here. And I feel like as you are coming closer to kind of stepping through that gateway, you're experiencing the divine, the guidance of your guardian angel, of your true self, of your daemon, of your, you know, spirit guide, whatever it is. And I'm assuming, you know, a lot of your imagery maybe is related to animals, to the natural world. Now, not everybody experiences their spirituality this way. I've learned that through doing readings, because I do. You know, I like to be out in the garden. I watch animals. I'm into the bugs with my daughter and, you know, getting dirty and all these things. But that's my reality. So that's what translates to me. That's what speaks to me. And I've realized not everybody lives like that. right? Not everybody's noticing the same things that I am. You know, and it's not just like, oh, you live in the city and maybe you don't see a lot of trees or, you know, so you don't think about the trees as much. No, I think it's that, yeah, we experience life differently, right? Our realities are just different. And whatever you are interested in, that's going to show up in your interior life, right? How you experience things. So I'm assuming because we do have the animal, what is the word? The animal, humanoid animal, whatever. Probably wearing some kind of, again, bison or American buffalo, I guess they also call it, outfit, right? A hood, a mask, whatever it is. So I imagine, and I have the bison as a totem as well. So the attributes of the bison person is somebody that is very introspective and very decisive, right? Once you've decided, that's it. You're going forward full force. But it takes a lot for you to make this is the decision. We're going this way, right? I'm standing here, I'm looking, I have these different paths that I can go. I've made my decision. I'm sticking with it. Full force ahead, right? You think of a bison, a buffalo, these large animals. They're very, they take a lot of calories, right? To even just move. And when they do move, it is intentional. It's with great intention. It's usually right for food, for water, for shelter, like most of us beings. And so I know for you, you're not just like mindlessly out here going on a whim, right? You are moving with intention, with a plan, with an understanding. Okay? Now we also have the Fool though, right? And so this is really all about abandoning our inhibitions. Getting to a place where it's like, I have been following these rules, these constraints, this conditioning that I have. I've been trying to live as something that I, have crafted together in my mind. It is a composite of probably a lot of other people's ideas of who I am or who I should be, right? And classically we see this. We try to emulate what our parents tell us we are, or what we should be, or what they hope us, to become. And we live out our lives like that until we don't, right? Until we get to individuation. And so I feel like as you are kind of shedding these old skins and you are participating in your spiritual evolution in this kind of really, I feel, shamanic work, right? Walking in the in-between. I would not be surprised if you're having really intense dreams. You're seeing symbols and signs and synchronicities show up in your life, repeating numbers, words that just keep coming, right? They're in your psyche. Maybe even hearing songs. You're just like stuck on a song. And yeah, maybe there is something there. Some deeper meaning. Or maybe it's just the way it makes you feel. It unlocks something in you. Whatever it is, I see you really resorting self, okay? Things are just on the move for you. I also feel that you are coming into this very psychic period of your life. And I see with the parrot, it is kind of like the cruel keeper. That thing that just is always there, letting you know you did that wrong. You're not good enough. You shouldn't do that. That's not the kind of thing we do. Why would you ever even think that you could do that? You know, these kinds of, this thinking that we let rule us. Well, I see you letting go of all of that. I see you becoming in tune. Whatever it is that's flowing through your life, allowing yourself to perceive it. There's so many times I think that we start to feel like we have no inspiration, the universe is not communing with us, the divine feels gone, we're in the wilderness. But it really, really is so much about our perception. The universe is always speaking to us. The divine flows through all things. But we have to continue to kind of recalibrate ourselves so that we can experience it, so that we can stand before it in awe. If you can think about going out at night and looking at the sky, I'm sure there have been times where you're just kind of walking from your car to the house or whatever. You look up and you think, oh, cool, there's, you know, Orion's belt or whatever. That's cool. You don't really think too deeply about it. And then there are other nights you go out there, you look up and you think, gosh, look at the universe. Look at all of that. Look at how expansive it is. I come from there. I am there. Really, I am there. I'm in space. I'm flying around. Look at this majesty. Sometimes it's just like that, right? Sometimes it's, oh, cool. And other times, oh my gosh, the awe of things. I feel you being pulled from the very core of your being. There is a need. There is a need for that kind of connection. And I feel like it's coming from the very, like, you know, the deepest parts of your being. It's not an easy process, though. It can start to really feel like you're losing things. They're falling away. That loneliness kicks in. Sometimes we just have to, like, stand up and shake ourselves off. Move. Get the blood flowing. Doing things that we feel passionate about. Finding things that we can get lost in a little bit. Finding ways that we can speak. That we can express ourselves. And that's where the beauty will come from. That's where that connection will be. Now, we also have these hearts on here. We have 2 hearts. We also have a bird over here. It looks like it is nesting. We also have 2 little ones down here. So I feel like there is a real sentimentality for maybe a mother figure. It feels like a feminine energy. It feels motherly because we have the nesting. I almost feel like something is going on with mom or maybe grandmother, maybe sister, but somebody who feels, like I said, like a mother figure. It feels like there is a real, like something going on where you're going to be around each other more. Not necessarily crisis, but something going on. And I want to see. I'm going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to just do this real quick. I wasn't going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I love these cards. I get lost in them. So we'll just do it really quick. I want to see what's going on with Mom. Ooh, we have lust. Okay. All right, Mom. Discovery. Companionship. Okay, so it sounds like maybe Mom found somebody, or whoever it is, feminine, motherly energy, found somebody that they have been very close with, like a deep companionship. Okay, an affair, impulsiveness. Mommy, what are you doing? Revenge. Okay. Woo! I need one more. I need like maybe more manipulation. Oh my gosh. And coral. All right. We're done. So, yeah, sometimes these ones make me so uncomfortable. I'm like, what? Who is cheating on who? What is happening here? I almost feel like it's like, at first I'm like, okay, so maybe she met somebody and they're having an affair and it's being kind of like aired out. You know, like there was an impulsiveness, something going, but I kind of really feel when we got the revenge and the coral, I'm thinking maybe it is that your mom went through infidelity, maybe on her part, maybe on the part of her partner, maybe both, right? I don't know exactly, but I feel like this is like kind of, there was this big falling out and there was aftermath, and you know, it almost seems like maybe it's like all of that is starting to work itself out. The fighting has kind of died down. The impulsiveness hopefully kind of settled out a little bit, but I do feel like there is kind of somebody new and there is maybe like a companionship. I feel like there's just something, there's like a blockage there, but I feel like you kind of being called in to kind of be around a little bit. And I think maybe you're the voice of reason a little, you know, but also I think that maybe of the family members, you might be the most encouraging, because I think for you, it's kind of just like, I want you to be happy. I want you to have a life. You're a human being. You're a person, you know, and you make mistakes or you've been through it. And yeah, you deserve to find happiness in your life. And so I think that, you know, that's where your closeness really is that you can be an understanding and reasonable person for sure. Okay, now we're going to do 3 lucky numbers. We have 74, 42, and 96. All right. Those are our lucky numbers. Now we're going to do our inner child oracle, and I'm just going to flip through. Stop where it feels right. 26, practice freedom. Release the weight of judgment. There you go. Perfect for this reading. The end of the reading anyways. All right, Leo, I'm going to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you want to like the video, that would be wonderful. If you want to subscribe, please do. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you would like to leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Other than that, again, I'll say I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a few days. Good night. Good night. Good night.